Welcome back. Today, we're talking about something you definitely have, but maybe haven't really thought about, your first aid kit. We all know we need one, right? But is the kit you're relying on just a box you tick to be compliant, or is it a genuine lifeline, purpose-built for the wild places where you work? That's what we're going to figure out today.
So let's just get right to it. I want you to picture your first aid kit right now, the one in your vehicle or back at the lodge. Is it truly ready for a serious wilderness emergency? By the end of this explainer, you are going to know that answer for sure.
So here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look beyond the standard off-the-shelf kit. Then we'll cover the legal baseline you have to meet. After that, we'll dive into the wilderness equation, the factors that change everything. We'll look at different kits for different jobs, and we'll wrap up with how to maintain this crucial lifeline. All right, first up, beyond the box. And the whole idea here is that real wilderness first aid, it's not just about having a list of supplies. Nope, it's about having a strategic mindset. Just take a look at these images for a second. What do they all have in common? Isolation. Out here, the nearest hospital isn't just around the corner. It could be hours, maybe even a full day away. And that reality, right there, completely changes the rules of the game. And that brings us to the biggest challenge, your number one enemy in any remote emergency. And it is time. Every single minute that ticks by, a situation can go from bad to worse. So the gear in your kit, its job isn't just to patch someone up. Its real job is to buy you that precious, life-saving time.
Okay, so if time is the enemy, what's our first line of defense? Well, before we can build the ultimate wilderness kit, we have to start with the foundation, the legal baseline. And that means we have to understand the Regulation 7 first aid box.
And this is the perfect way to think about it. The standard Reg 7 kit, it's like a reliable city sedan. It's perfect for its intended environment. You know, an office or a shop where an ambulance is probably 15 minutes away. But where we operate, we're not on paved city streets. We are on rugged 4x4 trails, and we need a kit that can handle that kind of terrain. So what's inside that sedan? Well, you've got your basics, right? You've got wound care stuff like antiseptics and gauze, bandages, a few simple tools like scissors, and of course your PPE, gloves and a CPR mouthpiece. It's all good stuff for minor scrapes and bumps. But take a hard look. What's missing? This kit is built for problems that can wait for the professionals. In the wilderness, we are the first responders for the problems that absolutely cannot wait. And that right there, that's what brings us to the wilderness equation. This is where we break down the critical factors that change everything, the things that turn a simple first aid problem into a major incident when you're hours from help.
I want you to really think about this question. What happens when definitive medical care isn't 16 minutes away, but 6 hours away? The whole game changes. And what you're able to do in those 6 hours depends entirely on what you thought to bring with you. So, how do you figure out what to bring? You use this framework. And this is not just a simple checklist, okay? This is your risk assessment. You have to ask the right questions. What's the environment like? Blazing heat or freezing cold? How many people are you responsible for? What's the time frame of the trip? And the big one, distance. How far really are you from a hospital? Then you factor in the expertise of your team and whether EMS can even get to you. Every one of these answers changes what needs to be in your kit. Okay, so we've defined the problem. Now let's talk solutions. This is where we get into kits for the context. We're moving past that city sedan and looking at the purpose-built 4x4s of first aid, the tools that are actually designed for the job. And this image just says it all, doesn't it? On one side, you have a small, personal kit that you carry with you. On the other, a big, comprehensive kit for the lodge or the base camp. They are not the same thing. And this is so important. One does not replace the other. They are designed to work together as a system.
So let's break that down, starting with your first line of defense, the I-FAK, or Individual First Kit. This is the kit every single field guide should have on their person, on their belt, at all times. And its job isn't for little cuts and scrapes. Nope. Its one and only job is to manage immediate, life-threatening injuries. We're talking severe bleeding and airway problems right now. So what makes an I-FAK so different? It's what's inside. You're not going to find these items in a standard Regulation 7 box. We're talking about a tourniquet to stop a catastrophic bleed on a limb, a hemostatic dressing that you actually pack into a wound to help the blood clot fast, pressure bandages, a chest seal for a penetrating chest injury. These are the tools for the absolute worst-case scenario. Why? because in the wilderness, you have to be ready for it. And this table shows the crucial difference in their roles. The I-FAK carried on you is for right now, for immediate, massive life threats. The L-FAK, the Lodge First Aid Kit, that's your base of operations. It's for everything else, burns, fractures, allergies, you name it. It's for managing a patient for hours after that I-FAK has done its critical job. They are two parts of the same life-saving system. All right, let's get to our final section. And honestly, this might be the most important one, maintaining your lifeline. Because listen, you can have the best gear on the planet, but it means absolutely nothing if it's expired, used, or you can't find it when you need it. Preparedness is not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing professional duty. And this isn't just a friendly suggestion. This is the professional standard. Number 1, your health and safety rep needs to be auditing every single kit every single month. No exceptions. 2, anything that gets used or expires gets replaced immediately. Not next week, immediately. 3, keep the kits clean and organized. And 4, maybe the most obvious but easily forgotten, position them for access. A kit is useless if nobody can find it in a crisis. It needs to be visible, easy to get to, and clearly marked. And while we're on the topic of professionalism, let's be crystal clear about this. Your role as a first aider has very specific legal boundaries. You can't just hand out medication, and you absolutely positively do not use sharps, like needles or scalpels, unless you have the specific qualifications to do so. That is not a first aider's job. Knowing your equipment also means knowing your own limits. Okay, let's tie this all together. What do you need to remember? First, the legal minimum Reg 7 kit, it's just a baseline, a starting point, nothing more. Second, you have to adapt your kit using that wilderness equation: environment, distance, time, people. Third, a proper system has layers, a personal I-FAK for immediate threats and a base L-FAK for comprehensive care. Fourth, preparedness is a duty. Check, clean, and restock your kits monthly. And finally, never forget that all this gear, all this planning, it's about buying you the one thing you can't get back: time.
So we'll leave you with this question. Your kit is stocked, it's audited, it's ready to go. But are you? Because having the best equipment in the world is only half the battle. The real test, the real mark of preparedness, is having the training and the mental calm to open that kit and use it effectively when the pressure is on.